Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Weather's Channel Morning Live. My name is Autumn. My husband Richard's not here. He is at a freelance job right now, and I miss him dearly. But don't worry, because you can normally find us every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, right here on the Weather's Channel. You can also find us every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern over on our other channel, Watch Autumn Keto for hashtag a Wacko Wednesday. So today will definitely be notedly more quiet because he's not here. But let's see if I still got it by myself. Pamela's here, says good morning. That's why I get up early every morning so I can have some alone time. Yeah, well, that is normally my alone time, and I enjoy it. But then around 8:30 when Richard gets up, that's when the day starts. But I exercised today. I did Les Mills on demand. You guys, I have not probably turned that on since November, but I was like, I want to make Sundays my high intensity workout days. And Les Mills on demand body combat is the best way to do that. And so I did body combat for like the first time in, like I said, 3 months, and it was absolutely amazing. Tanya's here, says good Sunday, everyone. Tanya said, Pamela, I enjoy the quiet time before the household and all the world wakes up. Yeah, and I can do the things. That's how I feel. So yes. Pamela said, Tanya, it's the best day for me. My husband loves the TV as soon as he opens his eyes. Yeah, so we don't have a TV in our bedroom, which is really good. But Richard, as soon as we wake up, we turn on the sports shows, which I actually kind of like. So that's our morning routine. Although he's not here this morning, and I will say that it's on Food Network. So Food Network is my ESPN, right? It's just the thing that can be going on in the background that I'll be interested in. Whereas with him, it's always ESPN. Jen's here, says, good morning. I'm forced into quiet time in the mornings because Brian works nights and he usually falls asleep on the couch. So moving around anywhere in the house wakes him. That's not your fault. Tell him to go to bed. Glenda's here, says, good morning, everybody. Sam Banner's here, says, hello, peoples. Wacky's here, says, good morning, Wack fam. Hope everyone is staying warm. It's supposed to get up to 40 today, which hopefully I'll be able to notice a difference. Gina's here, says, good morning, everyone. Brianna's here, says, good morning, fam. Happy Sunday. Glad you're here, Brianna. Val's here, says, good morning. Glad that you're here, Val. Jen said, hey, Autumn, I have to run to the grocery store during this. If you want, I could stop on my way back and pick up the keto chow. You can just put it on the porch step. I know, because I have not even started doing it. I have not opened the boxes. I have not done anything since the giveaway. So no, it's not ready to go. But that is on my list of things to do today, is to get it together. And so I'm trying to figure out the best way to ship it. I think Lynette said that flat rate padded envelopes can fit 20. I got one of the regular flat weight, paper, cardboard envelopes, and it's not big enough. So I have to figure out how to come across a lot of those flat rate padded envelopes. And then, just because, and of course, I'm not going to put yours in a flat rate padded envelope, but I haven't even opened the rest of them yet. There's 3 other boxes worth of different flavors that I'm going to have to go through. So if I was on top of my stuff, yeah, sure. Yeah. But no, unfortunately. Val said, ear hustling while I try to get my steps in the living room. Hey, that's awesome. Gigi's here, says, good morning, Autumn. How are you today? I am lonely without my husband, but I'm doing well. I woke up, I exercised, already took a shower, which is why I have on a new shirt. You guys, people ordering the red t-shirt hoodie, because, all I have is that light blue one, but people ordering the red one, I started to look at those and I'm like, oh, those are cute. So I ordered one for myself. And so I put the unapologetically keto on it. But yeah, this red one is legit. So, and the dark blue one is as well. And so I like these heather colors, but yeah, so that's why I put this on, is because I actually took a shower, and so I can put this on my clean body. So, but yes, I'm doing good this morning. And you guys, I'm drinking iced drink. This is what I give myself on the weekends. Ice drinks have sucralose. It is what it is. It's, this helps me feel like, ooh, I'm doing something crazy. It's the weekend, right? And don't get me wrong. Everything in me, I was really not craving, but my mind was fixated on snacks yesterday, Quest bars, a Quest cookie. I just wanted something that was not just a snack, right? And so of course I didn't eat it because I didn't have any in the house. But I was just like, stop thinking about snacks. Ugh. But these, things like this help me feel like, ooh, I'm doing something different, right? So I am drinking my kiwi strawberry. I probably drink these twice a week on the weekends, right? That's my jam. Mary T said, good morning, everyone. Got my sweet pup on my lap. Aw, which seems to be your favorite place to be. And it's a good morning all around. That is a good morning. Joyce is here, says, good morning, amazing WAC fam and fantabulous fine weathers. Have a wonderful day. You too, Joyce. Let's see. I know Dee said, morning, Mrs. Weathers. I know, happy solo Sunday. I know, right? You guys, I was thinking I have to change my name next year. So I get to change my name. Yay. Colloquially in the streets, I do go by Autumn Weathers wherever it makes sense, but my legal name is still Jones. And I told Richard that I would change my name when I had to renew my passport, which is next year. That is absolutely crazy. And so I was like, oh, I have to change my name. But then part of me was thinking, oh man, if I start this job, and my name is Autumn Jones, I'm pretty sure my email address is going to be something along those lines, and then I'll have to change it, whenever I change my legal name. Like, these are just all the logistical things that I go through when I think about changing my name. But I don't think that he's going to let me get out of it. Like, I think he really wants me to change my name. I was hoping that by putting enough time and space in between, he'd be like, oh, it's okay, Jones is fine. But I don't think that's going to work. Sam Benner said, no Richie antics today. Yeah, hopefully he's not somewhere here in the comments, because his taping might not start right now, and he might be further along in the comments. Hello, honey, if you're here. Oh, Jen said, oh yeah, who dey? You're right. Look, I have become a fan of the Cincinnati Bengals this past year, right? I love me some Joe Burrow. Y'all remember when my sister was going to be a Bengal, like one of the dancers, like the Bengals, the cheer dancers. Ever since then, she's loved the Bengals, and I just, it's one of the closest cities to me. I told Richard, it's just like a triangle, trifecta, right? Indianapolis, so the Colts, the Titans, or the Bengals, like that's all we got around these parts. But over the past couple of years, I've really become a Bengals fan. But honestly, if the Titans would have won yesterday, I wouldn't have been upset, just because, once again, it's the region, right? But I was secretly happy that the Bengals won. And let's talk about how both number one seeds got taken off the board on some last minute kick foolishness. Woo, that was tough. That was a tough one. Hoofnut's here, says, good morning, Autumn and WAC fam. I hope everyone has a fantabulous day. My 2 biking dates canceled on me, so I get to rewrite my day. Whatever I do must include fresh air. You can always go by yourself, or are you like a team biker? So Pamela said, Les Mills Body Combat is my favorite. It's my favorite too. Phyllis is here, says, good morning from Virginia. Well, good morning, Phyllis. Sarah's here, says, good morning, all. Oh, Jen said, going to see Spider-Man this morning. Loved it. We absolutely loved it. So yeah, like Hoofman said, oh, I have to rewrite my rewrite. It's supposed to drop to the 20s. Yikes. I don't know. Brianna said, did you put a way for us to pay for the shipping on Keto Strong? No, not yet, because I don't know what the shipping is going to look like. Because if it's flat rate shipping, that'll be a different cost. But if it ends up being just regular priority shipping, then that'll be different as well. So I haven't put that up yet. So Sarah said, use the bubble mailers. The post office kiosk has them, or go online and order them in bulk for free. Yes. So I actually went to the post office, and in the outside one, so we have like the inside office and the outside, because it's the main post office for the city. And they did not have any bubble mailers there, and the inside office was closed because I went in the evening. But yeah, I want to getting my hands on like a test mailer, and then trying it before I just go online and like order 20 mailers, right? Because then I'll just have all these flat rate boxes sitting around. That's kind of what happened last year for Keto Palooza. I intended to ship everything in the flat rate, large flat rate boxes. So I ordered like 50 large flat rate boxes from the post office. But then I stumbled upon the fact that it was actually cheaper to ship them with Shopify. I got a huge discount at UPS. So I was like, I'm going to ship all these on UPS. And then, so now I still have 50 large flat rate boxes, like just in the house, and I have nothing to do with them just yet. Bluto said, good morning, fair weathers. That works. And I know, in the singular tense. I know, right? No alarm, but I still wake in enough time to catch you live. You got me trained now. Well, you're welcome, because we should all wake up and enjoy the day this early. Wacky said, did anyone else sing All by Myself when they saw? Yeah, that's what I did. That's why that is why I put it there. I was going to make it My Husband Left Me, but I didn't want it to be clickbait. So Cynthia said, good morning. I took my daughter to visit UK yesterday. It was cold in Kentucky. UK was nice. Look, I can't tell you anything about how UK is anymore because it looks completely different than when I went there. My dorm knocked to the ground, right? The student center that I went to knocked to the ground. Like everything, like I drove past, like we went to Lexington a couple of years ago and we just drove past like through UK's campus. And I said, where are we? Where are we right now? It looks amazing and beautiful. And all the investments they made are just absolutely amazing. But that's not the college I went to, right? And so, but I love UK. Val says, oh no, it looks pink. No, it is heather red. It is like a lighter red with, that heathery tone. Let's see. Sam Benner said the red looks salmon. I know. Thank you guys. Mary T said, love the color, looks coral from here. Blue Dove said, I really like those ice sodas. They are very, my very occasional mixers when I have some rum. Sounds good. Mary T said, as someone who's joined at the hip with her hubby, I can tell you the odd break is healthy sometimes. I know, right? It's crazy how dependent I've become upon his presence. Like, even though he gets on my nerves, like he really annoys me. But for some reason, I will always prefer to be with him. The only time that's probably not true is when I'm watching TV, because my husband loves to talk during television. And I'm just like, will you just be quiet? But other than that, any other time, I will always choose to be with him. Kelly said, good morning, everyone. Hi, Kelly. Oh, and there he is. I knew that. Phyllis said, let's not talk about the Packers game. What? Like, I wanted the Packers to win that game. I don't like the 49ers. I don't know if it's the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, but I just don't like the 49ers and I don't want them to do well. And so I was excited at the notion of the Packers beating them, but then they just got sloppy. Of course, I didn't watch it. Richard had to come in and tell me because it was too late, but it was a lot. Jeffrey said, go Rams. I'm a big fan. Yeah, the Rams are playing the Bucks today. And in that case, I do want the Rams to win. Tom Brady's had his time. He's just had his time. It's okay. Jerry Van West is here, says, good morning. Richard said, love the Whack and Weathers fam. Hello, sweetheart. Richard said, love that shirt, Autumn. Thank you. I'm just now getting to all these comments. Sarah said, I use them and have definitely sent 20 singles in the bubble mailers. Okay, use Pirate Ship. Okay, good. Thank you for letting me know. I will definitely, I guess I have to order some. So let's see. Mary T said, I had never heard of the Bengals, and it turns out one of the women teaching my astrology course used to be a Bengal. Look at that. And now you're talking about it, learn something new all the time. Yeah, that's the reticular activating system, right? Like, you never notice something until it becomes relevant in your life. And then you look around and like everybody's talking about it. Yeah, my sister was going to be a Bengal. She was going to make the team. She commuted from Louisville to Cincinnati 3 days a week to practice. That's like 100 miles each way, like in the evenings, right? And she made it to the final round of tryouts, because here's what they do for like the 3 months preceding the tryouts. They actually have classes, like you can just go take and learn the routine. And then you can take as few or many classes as you want. Like the returning Bengals, they might just only show up the week before tryouts because they already know the routines and stuff. But like for the new people, they have like 3 months worth of classes you can take to get to know the dancers, to get to know the staff and everything. And then the tryouts actually start. So like Amber would have been going for months at that point, just practicing the routine. And then she did the first day of tryouts. And then she made it to the final day of tryouts. And on her way to Cincinnati, there was a horrible car accident, like blocking all the lanes. She literally sat still for 2 hours and missed the entire tryout. And I was really, really sad for her because she worked so hard. But I mean, it is what it is. So Driven was said lighter red. Yep, that's pink. It is heather red. Now, I mean, I will agree with you. It's not like a deep, dark cardinal red, but it is red. That's all I'm saying. Jen said heading to the grocery will be ear hustling from here on out. Oh, have a great day. Well, have a great day, Jen. Brianna said, I just assume you're wearing purple no matter what my eyes are telling me. I know, right? This is red. So, yeah. Cynthia said, Autumn, everything is new. It has the price tag to prove it. Exactly. What is this, Harvard or UK? Like, why is it so expensive to go here? Look, guys, one of the best decisions in my life was going to college for free, right? So I wanted to go to like either like an Ivy League or like a prestigious university like Northwestern or Columbia. Those are, or NYU. Like even then I wanted to go to New York, but I would have rather gone to Columbia. And so I could have gotten in, but I couldn't have gotten enough money to pay for all of it, right? And so my mom and dad literally said, hey, Autumn, we love you. We want you to go to college, but we don't have any money. So it's just going to be all on you. And I don't know why, but something in me just said I would rather go to college for free than pay, and go to a good school, in the state of Kentucky, than pay to go to another college, a prestigious university. And I think something my guidance counselor said to me really stood out and was just like, if you want to live and work in Kentucky, you don't need to going to UK is all the education you need. Like going to one of the big schools in Kentucky is all the education, that you need. And I was just like, interesting way to look at it. So, I didn't want to go to U of L, which is the University of Louisville, because it was too close to home. So I went to UK, and it was up until I met my husband, the best time of my life. And we made do with what we had, but now you go there and I don't even recognize that place anymore. So it's crazy. So, Hope said, haha, Brian likes to pause the show and mansplain things to me or discuss what might happen. I just want to watch and relax. Yeah, Richard's a great mansplainer. I'm like, you see why he said that? Because you remember earlier when he said that? It's coming back. And I'm just like, you don't think I get that? You think I need you to tell me that that's what's happening? But he always just says, he likes to say things out loud. He's not telling me as if I wouldn't know. He just likes to affirm them out loud himself. And I'm just like, can you affirm it quietly to yourself? It always has to be out loud. Jerry Van West said, I made Shelly and Heath's green chili pork yesterday. What an amazing dish. Posted pics in the Facebook group. Oh, I have to get on Facebook. I love that. Sam Benner says, I use Dr. Pepper and Coke as mixers with vodka. Yeah, I use diet soda, like whenever I go to the bar. So, but that's like so rare. When's the last time that happened? Tanya said, Autumn, it's official. I'm going to Keto Salt Lake. See you there. That's what's up. I will see you there. That's exciting. Pamela said, love my husband to death. He's been retired for 8 years, gets on my last nerves, but never want him to leave my presence. That's pretty much how it goes. Like we literally spend all day, every day together. That I know that's like a rare thing, right? Because most couples, they leave each other. Like one has to go to work, both have to go to work. Like most couples are away from each other for 8 hours out of the day. And then that way, that's one of them absence makes the heart grow fonder sort of situation. But I am with Richard all day, every day. And I still love him to pieces. Brianna said, I'm excited for the Super Bowl halftime show this year. I saw all the people performing. I was like, what is this? Like, it's going to be like just a rap concert. Like, I'm excited about that too. I haven't seen any promos featuring the people. It's just been like, Pepsi Super Bowl halftime show and all the names. I was like, oh my God. But like, I want to start seeing the people in the halftime show. Mary T said, oh, poor Amber, you would just have to chalk that up to not meant to be. Exactly. Like she was a lot calmer about it than I was. I was just like, that is devastating. Like she was like, yeah, I'm devastated. I was just like, oh, I'm so sad. But there's literally nothing you can do. So there you go. See, Draven West said, I was going to go to Columbia. However, couldn't afford the tuition. Yeah, exactly. And I'm not taking out those student loans. Oh, MIT was also, I looked it up and I was like, I'm not that technical for real. It says MIT only rewards money based on need. The valedictorian last year ended up going for free because her family made under a certain amount. That's crazy. I mean, Yeah, I mean, I really wanted to go to Northwestern or Columbia. So Bluto said, how was it free? You had a scholarship? Yes. I had an academic scholarship. Like, look, in Kentucky, I was a big fish in a small pond, right? I was one of the smartest like people in the state of Kentucky, not probably in the state of Kentucky. But I went to a good high school and I was near the top of my class at that high school. It was a very large, school. And so I could have gone to U of L for free. I could have gone to UK. I could have gone to any school. Plus, with the diversity, still Kentucky being in the South, like diversity is very important. And so they were diversity/academic scholarships. And so, yes, I could have gone to probably any school in Kentucky for free, except the private ones, right? But I only wanted to go to U of L or UK. And so I knew I tried UK. But yeah, I got my bachelor's and my master's degree for free. So, because they also needed diversity in their master's, their MBA program. So I got that for free. I only had to take out an $8,000 student loan to cover the cost of my room and board for that year that I took my master's. And I paid that off like, 5 years ago. So yeah, like I'm all the way done. So they said, OMG, Brian says he just likes to say things out loud. That's apparently what the men do, right? They just like to say things out loud. David West said, my brother-in-law was VP of Finance at Center College in Danville. Yeah. And if you notice, like I would say Danville, but that's not how you say it if you're from there. It's Danville, like Louisville, like it's Danville. And so I have to practice saying that because when I say Danville, people are like, he's retired from there a number of years ago. Yeah, I think my godbrother went to Center. But yeah, that's probably one of the ones. I think that's a private college, right? I didn't want to go to that. Richard said, I too like to say things out loud. I know, right? Brianna said, oh man, I want to go to Keto Salt Lake so bad. I wish it was the week before. Yeah, it's going to be funny. The first day I start, I want to see if I can reach out to my, employer now and be like, I have these trips, like I have this PTO that I have to put in, right? But I'm going to be taking a couple of days off within the first 4 weeks. Like, my bad. So, Pamela said there's a trailer now for the halftime show. Okay, good. I'm going to have to watch that. Dee said, with all this working from home, it's really testing the mettle of people's relationships. A lot of divorces have unfortunately come out of the pandemic. My mom told me about, she's worked with like nearly the same people for like 30 years. And she just told me that there are like two classes. She sees it mostly with men, but there are just like men that do whatever to avoid going home. Like they'll work overtime, or they'll just be like, oh, time, headed home to the old ball and chain. Like there are people that dread going home. But then she said there was just like this group that like raced home. They loved their family. They loved their wives. They loved their companions, and they just loved getting home. And she was just like, of course, that's what I want. That's what I want for you. But like, just so many people like dread going home. And I'm just like, no, I've never felt that way. Tanya said, I wake up to have a little alone time, but now I just want to go in the room and hug on them. Exactly what's wrong with me. Look, Richard laid down for a nap yesterday because yesterday morning, just like now, he was gone yesterday morning too, because they had to set up. They had to like load in all the equipment and everything. So when he got home, that was a lot earlier than he normally wakes up on a Saturday. When he got home, we watched TV for a little bit, but then he went to go lay down. And I just went and I nailed my computer work all day. Like I have just been like, bap, computer work, bap, like, cause like just admin stuff, right? Like paying bills and organizing all my finances and getting my spreadsheets together, like stuff I like to do that just needed to be done. And then I was just like, oh, he went to like go lay down. I just went and jumped on the bed. I was just like, I'm just gonna look here. I'm just gonna lay here and look at you. And then like 10 minutes later, I was like, I'm so bored, but I just don't like. He's really trying to sleep, and I thought it was just gonna be like, oh, let's talk. But no, he was asleep. I was like, oh, I gotta get up now. But I was just like, if you're laying down, I want to lay down. So yes, it was. That's just how it goes. Cynthia said, has anybody seen the food delivery robots on a college visit yesterday? Robots delivering food? I couldn't focus on anything but those robots. No. Dee said, thankfully, we've been doing this long before the pandemic and will likely continue long after. Velcro for life. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Because even at mine, like I said, all my previous jobs, I've worked from home. And Richard, he actually used to go into the office for like, 2 to 3 hours a day just to edit the shows. But with the pandemic, he just brought all the computers home, and now we've been together ever since. Jerry Van West said, don't forget to hit the like button. You're right. Joy said, I love that Barry and I work in the same place and we get to spend our lunchtime with each other. I hate being apart. I know, right? When did this just become like a love fest for all the husbands? But that's just how I be feeling though. Ludo said, my Tim is staying at his mom's to get ready for us to stay there while we work on the house. He usually spends all day in his man cave, but I'm still missing him when he's gone. It makes me mopey. I know. Even just knowing Richard's upstairs in his man cave, that's what I appreciate. But yeah, no, when he's gone, I'm just like, ah. Shelly said, happy Sunday, WAG fam. Hi, Shelly. Glad that you are here. Wow. Brownie said, in Connecticut, all valedictorians and salutatorians go to the state schools for free. See, now that's legit. Like, and that's all I needed to do in order to, like get the education that I needed, right? Like my entire academic life, I was a big fish in a small pond, right? And don't get me wrong, I like it that way, right? Would I rather be the best in Kentucky or would I rather be like average in New York? I don't know. There are some people that are like, I would go to a bigger, pond and then strive to be the best. Like, nah, I'm good with my Kentucky pond. It has afforded me the life that I want, right? So I never really felt like, and people feel like Louisville or Kentucky in general is just like a place you need to get out of. I can't wait to get out of here. And I'm just like, I never really felt like that. Mary T said, I am blessed to have worked at a college and being on campus for 30 years. There's something special about a college campus. Now that I will agree with. That I will definitely agree with. Mom's here, says your mom is here, #late. I know, I was wondering where you were. I was talking about you. So, but yeah, that is, I do love being on college campus. So. Mary T said, too funny. As you know, I live in the British Columbia, Washington border. It's Danville, Washington, and they say Danville, so I guess it's a difference. Yeah, Vol is definitely a southern way to pronounce things. So Richard said, Autumn, you look amazing in that shirt. Thank you, sweetheart. I really, really appreciate it. So you're just so funny. Blue Dove said, I dread leaving home, so vacations can often be stressful. Keep my fingers crossed I'll be okay at the low-carb cruise. Yikes! Like, that's gonna be a long way. I'm honestly like, why are we gonna be gone so many days? But we'll lean on each other. So yes, but I like vacations and getting away. I don't like packing. I hate unpacking, right? And so I don't know. And plus, especially when I work, I have a problem not like vacationing because I'm always thinking about work, right? But here's the thing. Here's what I've noticed. That's not whether I work for an employer or whether I work for myself, that it doesn't matter, right? Like you guys remember my best friends hated me because I took my work computer to Paris. They were like, you brought your work computer to Paris. And I was just like, I can't be away from work that long. It will make me so uncomfortable, because my best friends were like, no, we turned off. We said, peace, and I was like, I can't do that. Well, even working for myself, when I'm on vacation, when I'm outside of my routine, I'm always thinking, these are the things I should be doing or could be doing, right? I just need to like tap in. Like, I can never turn it all the way off, which I'm realizing it's just not a bad thing. Once again, we talked about, I need to find that harmony, right? Because it's not bad in my opinion, but it's just, there is no point in like, just going somewhere if all you're going to do is stress about work, right? And so that's what I'm thinking about. Think about that all the time. Joe Ray's here. Says, good morning. I made it. Joe Ray, look, me by myself. I hope I'm not boring you guys. Like, because I just feel like without random rumblings beside me, I just feel like it is dead silent in here. Mary T said, I work with my hubby. We have a rule when we got to a certain intersection, no work talk. Yeah, we managed to keep our work and home completely separate, even though we were together 24/7. That's absolutely amazing. So that's how our work life is a little different. Like we talk about it whenever we need to, but you're right. Toward the evenings and on the weekends, we're like, oh, we can just put that on the board for Monday. Absolutely. Tanya said, I have not seen food delivery on our campus yet, but I did see a little Amazon Prime bots. They look like blue coolers on wheels. Absolutely not. No. Joe's here, says, good morning, family. Hi, Joe. Yes, I am. No, I don't know how I feel about these robots. So Joe Ray said, posting a new video today, Keto Chow meal prep and giveaway. Awesome. Everyone go watch that video. Joe Ray, how are you shipping those bags? I just want to know. So I guess I need to go online and order the flat rate bubble mailers. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So Tanya said, Autumn, Richard is spiritually putting his hand on your knee. Yeah. Am I shaking, you guys? Like, I hate when he does that. Sorry if I'm shaking, but that's just what I like to do. No. Brianna said, I got my master's at Teachers College, Columbia. I was a big fish in a small pond for undergrad. I felt so stupid when I took math classes at Columbia. I got put in my place. That's how I felt in my MBA program. Like, that was the first time wherever I was just like, am I stupid? Like, this is not easy. And up until then, my entire academic life had been easy. Jill said, I hate being gone so long. After about 3 days, I get antsy and start thinking about what I should be doing at home. Good to know that it's not just me. Yes. Richard said, oh, don't you know it? Sorry. Look, sorry if I'm shaking you guys. Sam Banner said, you're a workaholic. I know, right? Like, I don't know. Joe Ray said, it's like the old days on this channel with just Autumn. Feels weird. I know, it does feel weird. Okay, 30 minutes. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. Jerry Van West said, that's the one thing I love about cruising. I don't take my work computer. I work to unplug and leave technology behind. I am too stressed about work and being away from work. So happy to disconnect. You know, I wish I could get to that point where I wasn't thinking of all the things that are probably going wrong with me not being there, you know? Which part of me is just like, is that my problem? No. Is anyone going to die? No. But still, it's just something in my head that I'm just like, I could probably be doing something. Okay. So you guys, you know, just been having I had some snack days the past couple of days. And I was over it. Even though, like I said yesterday, I really just wanted snacks. That is what my burden is, right? My affliction is just snacks. I want junk food. I like junk food, right? But I'm still at the place where I'm just like, it won't satisfy me. Like, it's that Chris Bear situation. 1 is too many and 10 is not enough. Like, I knew that if I would have 1, I would just want 10, but I knew that I didn't want to eat 10. I was just like, no, that I just don't want to do that. So there's no point in having 1 because 1 won't satisfy me. So even though, like, I still had to keep thinking of like, man, I just wish I could have 10, right? But I was just like, no, there's no point. There's no point. That's really what it comes down to. There's no point. And so that's really what kept me through. I was annoyed that I was thinking about it, but never even to the point where I really considered doing anything about it. I was just like, oh, that is annoying. Okay, so I stepped on the scale on Saturday. Oh no, I erased it. My bad, you guys. You guys, I have been weighing myself daily since August, Accountability August. You guys remember that in August of 2019? I've been weighing myself daily, you know, ever since then. And so I looked up I wanted to average my weight for the year, because that's what I really think is important. It's just like the average of your weight, right? Like, we all know how from day to day your weight fluctuates. In 2019, this was from August to December, because remember, I started weighing myself every day for Accountability August in 2019. From August to December, my daily weight, my average weight was 187 pounds. In 2020, my average weight was 182.5 pounds. 2020 was the year where at Christmas, I just lost my mind, right? Like, literally on December 24th, 2020, I weighed 174.6 pounds. December 20, and so that must have been, I went over my dad's house for gift card roulette. On December 25th, I weighed myself. I weighed 183.8. That was a gain of 9.2 pounds overnight. And then Christmas is at my house on the 25th. So on December 26th, I weighed myself and I weighed 190.6. That was another gain of 6.2 pounds. I gained 15 pounds over the course of 2 days. And honestly, ever since December 26th, 2020, I've just danced somewhere between 190 and 200. Like, those 2 days changed everything, and I've never really gone back. And so that's what I'm working on this year. And so my average weight was 182.5, because for the majority of the year I was in the 170s and the 180s, you know? So my average weight was 182.5. And then my 2021 average daily weight was 195.5. So that's on track, like that's on par, right? With like weighing 195 versus, you know, sometimes I got up over 200, other times I was in the low 190s. I mean, that actually makes a lot of sense. That's a gain of 12 pounds. Yeah, 13 pounds, like my average weight. So over the course of 2021, I gained and maintained 13 pounds of weight. And then, so this year, I'm trying to get that average back into the 180s. That's what, but I know that means that I'll have to like get down into the 180s and stay there, and even the 170s if I want to keep that average where it is, right? And so that's just the things that I've been looking at. And I looked at my bod pod information from when I did deeper state keto a while back, and I had 40 pounds of body fat, right? And now I have 80 pounds of body fat. My muscle was, I have like 5 more pounds of muscle than I did back then, but my body fat, like 40 more pounds. And I was just like, yeah, if I lost 40 more pounds, that would put me at like 160, which is what I weighed, you know, back then. Even if I lost 30 pounds, right? Like I have a lot of body fat that I could and should lose. And that's just really what I'm focusing on when I think about like just wanting to eat snacks all the time, right? It's just like, I want to lose the body fat that I have. Will eating those snacks help me lose the body fat? No. So there's no point, like, because I want to, like, that won't make me feel happy. Like getting to a place where I like my body, that'll make me feel happy, right? And so that's just really what I am focusing on. Okay, so that being said, I had to reference my spreadsheet because I erased it on my board. Okay, so I've been back on track these last couple days. So 203.4, which is a loss of 1.4. And then yesterday, all I ate was steak. I ate a lot of steak yesterday. And I stepped on the scale today and it was 201.4. So that's a loss of 2, right? So I just need to just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep eating on plan, you know, keep eating keto, I guess. And it'll be what it is, right? And so it's just, it takes repeated daily action, right? I'm trying not to do this like 2 days on, 1 day off situation. Like I just want to go long stretches of time not eating off track, and I know that that'll result in you know, good you know, that'll result in long. I'm reading comments right now, you guys. Joe Ray said, Autumn, I'm paying for the shipping, but I only have 1 box of keto chow to give away. You have 4. I know, right? That's okay. Mary T said, my best friend is a workaholic. She would work all the time, even on vacation. She said, I got a raise to 100K. I said, wow, are you up to $15 an hour now? Union gal. I know, right? Look, literally, I was working at my old company. I was just like, I remember telling my manager, I was just like, I just feel like there's too much work to do. Like there's not enough people to do this work. He was like, well, I mean, if you think about it, you got like 12 hours every day, every weekday. That's like 60 hours. I said, 12 hours? That's what you think a work day is? Come on now. Like, and I was just like, oh, so something's not right here. Joe's here said, when I was younger, I used to make fun of my dad for coming to visit, and then we would call into the office every day to make sure everything is running okay. I know, right? I've turned it to him now. Yeah, I have to check my emails. And I mean, but that's okay. Brian's here, says, great morning, y'all. So glad I got to make it in time to hear about my mansplaining to Karen because I dare to include her in my thoughts. Is that what it is? You just want to share your thoughts? Nice Heather Red t-shirt hoodie. Thank you, Brian. Boy, when I tell y'all about my husband though. So yeah, Mary T said, my name's Autumn and I'm junk food junkie. Like I love junk food. I don't even love, don't get me wrong. Like I guess pizza is the realest food that I like, but it's just junk food. It's like chips and Oreos and snacks and just like little, they're not meals. And that is another thing that I have really been focusing on this year, is that even if I go off plan, to have some meals throughout the day, right? Because my entire day can be made up with an entire box of Pop-Tarts, an entire box of Cheez-Its, and 3 boxes of cereal, like, and some Oreos, and some of those little Pepperidge, farm cookies. I mean, like, it's not even food, right? And so I won't even want to eat actual food. It's not pasta or rice or spaghetti or like nothing. It's all snacks, right? And then ice cream. And so even if I go off track, like, those are all things that if I want to have, I should have them after I eat an actual meal, right? And so that's also what I am focusing on this year. Like, no more just snack days. No more like, I'm going to wake up and try to eat as much Costco cake as I can. Like, it's like, if I want a piece of Costco cake, it has to come after like actual food, right? So that's what I'm working on. But yesterday I just and that's why I knew that yesterday eating, like, if I just had a couple of chips, I'd want to eat the whole bag. But if I knew that I ate the whole bag, my weight's not going to be what I want it to be. And it would just make me angry. So I'm just like, no, there's no point. That's really what I just keep going back to over and over and over. D said, I sure do remember Accountability August. Seems like just yesterday. I know, right? Yeah, I remember Accountability August. So that is, that's when I started weighing myself. Blue Dove said, yep, I have issues with snacking. Pre-keto, I would come home with 5 to 10 snacks, expecting them to last a while, but then I would feel like I should have some kind of each day, and they lasted 3 days tops. Yeah, that would be 2 to 3 days for me. Like, I just eat all the snacks in place of food. Phyllis says, I'm a January baby as well. I turn 49 tomorrow. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Jerry said, I like the idea of looking at the average. Yeah, it really told a big story. Matrey's here, says catching the end. Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave here. But yes, the average was really helpful to see. But even then, I just showed that 15-pound gain that literally those 2 days undid years worth of stuff. Like, I never came down after that. I never ever came back down to the 170s after that, right? That was just absolutely crazy. And and that's okay, right? Like, it was just such a huge lesson to learn that I that it is what it is. Mary T said, my sister was morbidly obese her whole life. Once she went on a really bad diet and got slim, she thought her life would change. It did not. She needed to change her life first. You're right. That's the thing. I was thinking, like, if I lose 40 pounds of fat, right, and I get back to that 40 pounds of fat, you guys, I was miserable. I was miserable back then. And even though I like seeing those numbers, like that number of like, oh man, I only have 40 pounds of fat. But like, I remember the way I felt about food, about myself, about being scared to eat because I didn't want the scale to go up. Like, I remember all of that. So I was like, okay, I don't want that. Like, there's got to be a middle somewhere, right? And there just has to be a set point that is less than this, but I just have to get to it by eating consistently every day. Cynthia said, what happened to taco tray? My diet has simplified so much over the past couple of years. I was thinking, like, should I make taco tray? And then I just think about all the elements that go into it. And I'm just like, oh, the lettuce, and then the ground beef, and then the cheese, and then the sour cream, and then all the sauces. Like, if I didn't weigh everything, I bet I could use my eye to just do that and it would be okay. But the thought of being so meticulous about all those numbers, like, really caused me a lot of anxiety. And I was like, and I've gotten really satisfied with just eating eggs, just eating bacon, just putting steak in the air fryer, just like, like one ingredient meals, not these amalgamations of things, right? So that's just, but I mean, I was thinking about that because I have a lot of ground beef in the freezer from when it was on sale. That's honestly why I'm eating broths this week. It's like I have a ton of broths that I need to eat. Wacky said, junk foodie here. I've improved a great deal. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, exactly. As Chris Bear says, 1 is too many. Yep, 9 is not enough. It's just, and that's just what I realized it was. So Wacky said, crunch on pickles when the urge hits. I could do that. And that would probably be smart. But even mentally, I'm like, I don't want pickles. I want chips, but I'm like, I don't want to eat what I don't want, but I don't want to eat what I do want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never been the type to substitute. Maybe I could do that because I used to love eating pickles on my fasting days. And since I really just protein sparing fast, and even then I used to just measure the pickles so meticulously. Like when I tell you I am done with that part of my life. Like I mean, don't get me wrong, it's important to like not overeat. And like if I were to eat nuts, I do still weigh out nuts and stuff like that. But like I'll just make 4 eggs and some cheese. And I'll like when I cut up my steaks, because I bought this whole bottom round and I cut steaks off of it. I would used to be so obsessed with like making sure they were just 8 ounces or just 6 ounces. And I'm just like, no, I'm just going to eat this piece of steak right here. Right. You know? And so just the thought of having to be so meticulous about, I can only eat 30 grams of pickles. Like, come on now. Maitreya said, I'm trying to keep treat sort of foods for Sundays with my meals. Like this morning I had an egg white crepe, with lime curd and whipped cream. Tonight, a hot cocoa and chorizo bacon wrapped jalapeno. Okay, those are separate. Hot cocoa and chorizo bacon wrapped jalapenos. See, now that sounds good. Like I'm trying to keep, like, this is my ice drink is like, the crazy thing that I'm having, right? Joe said we have to deal with our food issues first. One day I'll get to that place. I know, right? And that's what I'm still working on. It's just like, it's like Venom, right? It's like, speaking of Spider-Man, right? Like, it's like I hear the monster's voice inside of me, but at this point it is separate than me, but it still lives inside of me. Like, I'm not the person that wants to engage in these activities, but there is a monster. There's a separate being inside of me that wants to engage in those activities. So I have to like talk to that voice and just be like, no, it's not going to work. Because if the monster eats the snacks, I'm the one that gains the weight. And I'm just like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not going to do that. So I have to have this battle, this talk with my monster, like, that I can't do that. So Phyllis said, unfortunately, we are in Virginia as my mother-in-law passed away, so not much fun on this trip. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Phyllis, sorry for your loss. We'll be happy for your birthday, though. So Mary T said, that's why I think your DNA says 190-ish, and that's all good. Yeah, like if I want to get, my first real measuring stick is like 185, right? Because 185 is a point where if I overeat one day, maybe the highest I'll go to 190, but then I'll settle back in the 180s. Like, I don't want to get to 190 and then, because look, guys, there are just going to be days that I overeat and I overdo things, right? But it's about, I don't want those big, like that 9-pound gain. I don't want that anymore. But even if it's like a 4 to 5 pound gain, I still want to stay below 190. Like that's just what I'm working on. I know I'm tall, but still, I can still be in the 180s and be legit, right? Dee says that this can be your year, Autumn. Yeah, we can get there sustainably just doing keto and having a plan. Yeah, for our vices. Exactly, right? And that's what I'm working on. I'm just working on doing keto sustainably, like more days than not, and then just doing them for long stretches of time in a row. Like it has to result, like my health will result in fat loss. I am sure of it. Just as Kim Howerton says, sometimes we need to take a break and not worry about things. Otherwise we get diet fatigue and then we're just miserable all the time. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Sarah said, egg white wraps make great chips. You know what? I actually saw, I should buy some of those because I saw that recipe online and I was like, I've never thought to try that before. Cynthia said, taco tray makes me so satisfied. I use Quest chips, no measuring for me. I know, right? If I, that does sound good. After I eat these brats, like maybe I'll go back to that because I'm a little sick of steak. The thing I like about buying the steak is that you can buy a lot and put it in the freezer and then just like take it out whenever you want. But I have a lot of ground beef in the freezer already too. So Joray said, I have to make things that are a little more complicated. Otherwise I get bored and I'll reach for other things. Yeah, I feel that too. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe taco tray. I was thinking recently, like maybe I'll go back to like a pizza bowl with like, pepperonis and mozzarella cheese. Like those are tastes that I haven't had in a while. So, that is all things to think about. Okay. Blue Dove said, BBBE is very freeing. I can't stand to weigh, measure, and track. Yeah. Like if you simplify it down like that, you really don't, I believe you don't have to weigh, measure, and track and stuff like that. Mary T says, it's like quitting smoking. Nicotine patches still provide the drug. You have to abstain and keep abstaining. Yeah, eventually you don't think of the cigarettes anymore. Yeah, unless you smoke one, then then you're back to square one. Yeah, and so there's got to be, I'm at that place where like, I'm the type of person, I don't want to eat just one Oreos. Like, Oreos are made, if I'm not eating 7, then there's no point to eat one, right? And eventually but I know eating 7 won't allow me to get to my goals. And so there's no point in eating one, right? Richard would be like, just nibble, just sample, just have one. That's not the type of person I am. I've come to that conclusion, right? And so I'm at the point where one doesn't even make sense for me to have, because I know that I don't want the consequences that come from eating 7, right? And so those are just all the things that I'm thinking about. And so that's just what I'm working on. Oh, I gotta go. Joe says we're on the Teton Polish sausage kick right now. I've been eating them almost every day. Yeah, I mean, I get in these moods where like I only want to eat one thing, and then one day I wake up and I'm like, I don't want that thing at all, right? And so it's good to have, like I have stuff in the freezer, and that's where I am. Like I'm getting to the point where like I'm a little over steak. I'm not over eggs, and I'm looking forward to the brats that are in the freezer. I used to be like, oh, I'm sick of brats, but it's just, it goes, back and forth, ebbs and flows. Okay, guys, well, I'm going to leave. I stayed with you guys to, not be alone, because my husband's not here. And when I log off, I'll just be left to my own devices. I'm kidding. I am going to do some more computer work that I'm very excited about. Also, football comes on at 3 today. So it's a great day. So have a great day, everyone. Richard will be back here with me tomorrow. But until then, bye. I don't think it worked. Something's wrong with my computer.